Hi, I'm Molly Fish.
And I'm Jamie Anderson.
And this is Book Pop.
And this is a special episode today in honor of Independent Bookstore Day, a holiday that brings attention to independent bookstores that bring community together, teach children about literature, and give you a place to get great recommendations.
Like Lake City Books, your favorite local independent bookstore.
But first, we always like to start with what we're reading. So Molly, what are you reading?
Okay, the reason I was late today is because I could not stop reading The Familiar by Leigh Bardugo. She is the author of the Shadow and Bone series and a couple of adult fantasies as well, like Hellbent and Ninth House. But they were a little more horror-y, her adult things, which is like not my jam because I get scared super easily. I'm a scaredy cat. But this one came out and I was hecka interested because it is historical fantasy. It takes place during the Spanish Inquisition. And it is, I know, like you're already getting me. And it is about these characters who have these magical abilities and how they interact with the Spanish Inquisition. So this lead character is being exploited by her masters, right? She's like a servant and they see her powers and want to like show her off to the king and get power because she has power. But there's also this fine line between like, being a heretic and a witch during the Spanish Inquisition. You can't be, you have to be very Christian, and people who have magical powers are sometimes seen as like messengers from God, but sometimes seen as messengers from the devil. And so it is a very fine line that all of these characters with powers walk to try and like make it so that they are seen as godly. And there's just so much drama and juiciness, and it's so well written, and her world building is so great. And I loved the characters. There's also this like hundreds-year-old demon character who's like helping cultivate this young woman's talent. And is like brought back to life by her, and they form a relationship, and then you're really into that. And it's like, I couldn't stop reading it, even though I had a bunch of errands to run before we came here today. So I was like, sorry, Jamie, I'm going to be late because The Familiar is too good. And I was really close to the end, and I just finished it, and I can't talk about the end, but it was very satisfying. How about that? I was very satisfied, and I was getting worried in a good way where you're like, you care about the characters and you care about their fates. And there's a lot of violent fates that are met in this book, but I just loved it and I highly recommend it. And it is releasing tomorrow, when we're recording this. So it will be releasing Tuesday, April 9th, I think is what tomorrow is.
Yes.
So it is going to be available for everyone to read. It also is like super gorge. I don't know if you're listening, you can't see this beautiful black and gold copy with the black sprayed edges. I'm super sucker for.
Yeah.
So big fan. It looks good. It is good.
The scorpion coming out of the sleep.
The scorpion is a major.
Oh, really? It's like a character?
Yeah. Oh. Everything has a meaning here.
I love it. I'm very excited. We've already talked about this because I called dibs on your copy.
Yep, it's yours. I brought it for you. I finished it so you could take it.
I'm reading it next.
You're welcome.
Okay.
What are you reading?
So I am reading The Age of Magical Overthinking by Amanda Montell. I started this. Actually, I'm listening to it on audio because I love to do...
Good clarification.
Yep. I'd love to do nonfiction on audio. And this is the perfect audio consumable book. But I also feel like I need to get a copy so that I can go back and make notes on it because there's so much information on here and so many things you can relate to.
That's a good sign.
And like her anecdotal connections that she makes with all these concepts is just like so relatable. And I love it so much.
Hit me with one. I want like one of your revelations from this.
That has been like, I've been thinking about it since I read it. It's the zero sum bias where especially as women, like you think you're climbing your way to the top and you think there's only room for one of us. And also in making a new podcast about books. Because
there's so many book podcasts.
So many book podcasts.
Should we really have another book podcast out in the world?
Right. And the consensus is we should. There's room for everybody, that everybody brings something new and something different. And it's really helped me in being more confident about this whole process. So that was really satisfying to read. Also, like confirmation bias
Mm.
is the chapter that I just finished. I'm like, I don't know, maybe 15 minutes away from finishing the book. But especially with the eclipse and like the whole
Ooh.
Mercury in retrograde kind of
Yep.
concept that, we feel off and we're looking for things to justify these kinds of things. Um, yeah. And it's just her.
So is she like pushing back against those ideas of like, or is she?
She's pushing back against them. Just like the humility of it and like, how do I want to say, the more reality of it. But
Sure.
also, she also talks about how kind of the fake it till you make it concept and how that can actually pan out in a lot of situations.
I love that concept. That's one of my guiding principles.
100% why we're here.
So does she explain what like magical overthinking, does she like define that? And is it good or bad? Because I feel like I'm an overthinker. And is it like her telling her like, yeah, you can use that to your advantage? Or is she like fighting back against the overthinking? Or
I think it really goes both ways.
Oh, okay.
And like there's no answers that she's giving.
Sure.
Well, that's
she's
not
kind of
true.
exploring the
She is.
Right.
She's definitely exploring both sides of it. But really it's the reality of it and also the history of where these concepts come from and why, like even our idolization of like celebrities and where that comes from and how we expect them to act a certain way and be this certain person that they're not. They're multifaceted people with, so
Totally.
many nuances that we don't understand. And when we see them do something that seems out of character, like we don't know what that is. We don't know everything about them.
I love that. I'm really excited to listen to this book as well. How is the narration? Is
She
it
reads
Amanda Montell?
Yes. So
Awesome.
It's great. Yeah. And I love audiobooks that are read by the author. I feel like they bring something really special to it. They know so much more about it. They have like a rhythm with it that you can really only get if you've written it.
Did you read her other book, Cultish? That was a big hit.
I haven't. She also wrote Word Slut.
Oh, yeah, Word Slut.
And I haven't read that either, but I really want to go back to her other works. And she also has a podcast.
Awesome. Great recommendation. I love that we also have very similar tastes in books and we can like read something and be like, oh, you would like this because I would like it. And now we're going to trade. We both just talked about a book that we are recommending to each other and that we want to recommend to all of you as well.
And that also releases tomorrow, April.
You're right. Yeah. We both picked ones that are just coming out.
Yep.
April 9th, big release day. April in general, a lot of books are coming out.
So many new books.
It's a big month for books in general because we have Indie Bookstore Day in April. April 27th, the last Saturday of April is always Indie Bookstore Day. And Jamie's going to tell us a little bit more about like the history of Indie Bookstore Day before we get into how we are going to be celebrating here in Madison.
Yeah, so Indie Bookstore Day started in 2013. And like Molly said, it's always on the last Saturday of April. The American Booksellers Association is a nonprofit organization that really fuels the energy behind this, and it gives independent bookstores an opportunity to showcase really what they bring to the community. And this year, over 900 stores are participating across the country, including Lake City Books. So what kind of things do the community in Madison have to look forward to?
Well, I have a whole list because I keep forgetting all the stuff we're going to be offering. It is also the week after our 1-year anniversary, which my whole goal when we were opening the store in 2013 was to be open by Indie Bookstore Day because it's such a huge celebration of indie bookstores and so many people come out to recognize that and to support us. So I was like, oh, I really want to be part of that last year. So I got open the week before. Officially was our grand opening. And now it's kind of like every year we're going to have this big end of April celebration where we have our anniversary one weekend and then the next weekend is Indie Bookstore Day. So on April 27th for Indie Bookstore Day, we are doing, most importantly, I would say, a collaborative event with 7 other bookstores in the Madison area. I probably should have printed out a list of them, but I'm going to try to name them all right now. So get ready. Here we go. Kismet in Verona, A Room of One's Own, Mystery to Me, Leopold's Books Bar Cafe, The Book Deal on Mineral Point, Republic of Letters in Mineral Point, Arcadia Books in Spring Green, and Lake City Books. We are number 8. Boom, did it.
Wow.
So the 8 bookstores, and you can tell some of them are not in Madison proper, but we are all in the Madison area in under an hour. And we are collaborating to do a big raffle where each of us are contributing a $50 and $25 gift card that you can win just by going to one of our stores. So every one of those stores that you go to on Indie Bookstore Day, you get another entry into that raffle. And then 16 winners will be chosen, which is a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And 8 of those winners will get a $50 gift card to one of the stores. 8 of those winners will get a $25 gift card to one of those stores. So you just get a chance for some free money, which is awesome. Also, part of our collaboration is we worked with a Mineral Point artist, Keith Huey, I believe is his name, to create a custom commemorative art print. We're going to be giving those out literally for free. You're welcome, Madison. And it's a really beautiful design that has a stack of books. Each book, it's got 8 books, and each book, the title on the spine is one of those bookstores that I just mentioned. So it's a really unique style. He has a very like eclectic and busy looking, cool, modern style. We'll be releasing the art a little bit before the day as like a special sneak preview. I have seen it.
Oh my gosh, I haven't seen it.
I didn't show you?
I don't
Oh my
think
God, I'm so sorry.
no.
I'll show you. So that is going to be available. You can pick it up at any of our stores. We will all have a copy, but we ask that, of course, that you only take it once from one store and not try to collect it from all the stores, because we only have enough really to give one to everybody. So whichever first store you go to or wherever you remember, pick it up there and then leave them at the other stores for everyone else participating. But I feel like it's a really cool way to remember the day.
Mm-hmm.
You get to have it says like 2024, support local bookstores. And every year now, we think we're going to start a new tradition, at least hopefully we do it every year, where we're going to have a new local artist design something, and then you can like collect them all. So it's going to be a really exciting new tradition, the start of it. So those are the 2 collaborative things we're doing with those 7 other bookstores. Here at Lake City Books, downtown Madison, which I feel like is a nice central spot if you're doing a tour of Madison bookstores.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we're nice and central where you can kind of do it either in the middle or you could start here. But it's really easy to hit our store. We're going to have a golden ticket from Libro FM, which if you find it, it's going to be hidden somewhere in the store. And it's like a big, beautiful golden ticket, like Willy Wonka style. And if you find it in the store, you win 12 free months of audiobooks from Libro FM. So that's a very exciting promotion. I think some of the other stores are going to have a golden ticket as well. So again, maybe if you win at one place, don't hunt too hard for it anywhere else. Leave it for someone else. We also are going to be rolling out our new rewards program on our anniversary weekend, the week before, which means that you'll be earning points every time you buy books or anything at Lake City Books. So shout out to our new rewards program. So that is going to be a fun new thing that we have that we can offer all of our regular customers.
I know they're really looking forward to that.
I know there's a lot of people who come here and they're like, I spend so much money. Can you please give us a rewards program? So the answer is yes.
Yes.
So double points. That's going to be a great thing. And we're going to have a free gift with purchase. So we're going to have a whole like heap of freebies, which could be bookmarks, pencils, stickers, rubber ducks. There's a lot of fun things that we'll have. So you get to pick a free gift with your purchase on Indie Bookstore Day.
April 27th.
April 27th. And I know all the other stores have those like unique freebies or specials going on. The Book Deal has this big like wheel you can spin, like Wheel of Fortune style. And then whatever you land on, you get, like a 25% off coupon, or you get like a free $10 gift card, or so like you always win something. So that's a really fun thing to participate in. And the other stores also have specials going, which are too numerous for me to list, but you can check out on their individual websites for each store what their details will be.
All right. Indie Bookstore Day.
April 27th. Can't wait to see you all.
Can't wait. Thank you for listening to Book Pop. See you at the bookstore. Bye.
Bye.